Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you hear this message, I pray that you're poised to receive, to accept, and to respond to words of wisdom. Ashe. When I first bought a home, I recall the total difference in my perspective about my neighborhood. To put it simple, I became an owner in that neighborhood. So my investment in that neighborhood, the schools in that neighborhood, the quality of the streets, how crime was managed, what other people's houses looked like, if they had cars parked out in front, all that shifted as I approached becoming a homeowner. And then the longer I owned the home, the deeper my investment and my concern about that investment grew. And ownership, therefore, provides you with a kind of perspective that is more permanent, is more enduring than being a renter or just living rent free basically in your parents' house, being a dependent. As soon as you become an owner, your perspective just changes. And when I think about the growth of the Orisha Lifestyle Academy, and as it parallels my own growth as an Ifa priest, as a community servant, and now as a chief, it's important that I continue to perpetuate my own wisdom and my own sense of responsibility by taking more ownership, taking more responsibility, and being a caretaker for the environment that will support my mission. And so that is what is undergirding my most recent acquisition of property in Abeokuta, which is where we're presently building the Abeokuta campus of the Orisha Lifestyle Academy. So far, we have done a variety of surveys and tests and things like that to scope it all out, and we're getting the architectural drawings finalized, and we started laying the infrastructure foundation for water and then for power and storage and waste management. All that kind of stuff is going into effect right now. But the whole process it even deepens the sense of ownership, right? Because when you buy property here in the States, typically it's already prefab, right? You move into something that's been there for 10, 20, 50 years. Building a property, particularly in a place like Nigeria, requires me to go from the ground up. Like I said, we have to tap the water, and we have to establish the power system, and we have to establish the waste management system, right? And so if it's not done right, well, then what? Who's going to suffer? We are. If I don't get the best engineers, if I don't get the best workers, if I don't design it and lay it out in the most efficient manner, then it's going to be us who suffers as we try to use this campus, And if you've ever been in a place where things are poorly designed, where there's poor design, it's difficult to follow instruction. It's difficult to be cohesive. It's difficult to be orderly. It's difficult to know what to do when things are poorly designed. And so I'm spending, right? I'm investing in the top dollar to ensure that what we get is something that will be conducive to what we intend to accomplish. So that it's a deeper level of ownership that I'm taking, and it's creating the opportunity for me to invite you into this level of ownership. See, a lot of the things that we think about being Pan-Africanists, the things that we think about being Orisha devotees are not grounded in this level of ownership, right? It's when I talk to people and I say, hey, the beads, the pots, and the titles, that's not what it's all about. And I keep expounding upon my perspective and my philosophy and my practices. It is rooted in what's fundamental, what's real, what's actual, not the superficial parts. You know, not the superficial parts, right? It's about building it from the ground up. It's about cultivating it from the inside out, so that you know and experience what this Orisha is based on what you've done and what you've lived, what you've accomplished, moving from point A to point B in the process of manifesting your vision of life. You got to do it, you know, from the ground up. That's what I always looked at as Orisha. Early in my career, I say Orisha is cooking from scratch. That's what Orisha is. Orisha reminds you of that creation. It comes from nature. Everything that we have has been created. It's come up out of this ground. It's come out of this water. It's come from these trees. It's come from these plants and these animals. Everything had to have been created. And then creation itself today belongs to Obatala Ekpa Orisha. Orisha is the one who created all of this. So I, as a child of Obatala, it's fitting that my mind should operate this way, because everything that you see here is the result of Obatala's vision. Obatala is the master sculptor. He's the master artist who created all of this magnificent landscape that we live in. And he inspired us to have that same capacity to create, to generate, to make, to build. And so what we're doing in the Orisha Lifestyle Academy is just revisiting the essence of how we were created by Obatala. Obatala imbues within us the spirit of creation. As human beings, we are creators by nature. If we're not creating, then there's something is off. If we're not doing the things that keep us in touch with the process of original thought and then innovation and manifestation, we're stifling ourselves as human beings. We're missing some of our potential. So I'm excited about what's happening, and I want to invite you to be a part of it. I want to invite you to get involved. I'm making a call again for the leaders. This is for all the people who are ready, willing, and able to improve the world through positive influence. If you're one of those people and you understand what I'm saying, then I want you to find out how Baba Oloye or Bafemi Origunwa and the Orisha Lifestyle Academy can help take your practice and your life to the next level. Visit me at obafemio.com or orishalifestyle.com. Let's start working together to help you live the medicine that will heal your life and heal the lives of the people and the causes that you're destined to serve. I look forward to working with you. Bye for now. Odabo.